good, man? It's your boy P, man, with the PM Lifestyle Podcast. We back with another great edition. We finna have, what I'm saying, father sitting here talking that talk. What I'm saying? This is very rare, man, because we don't really see this on YouTube. So we about to see what y'all think about our opinions and what y'all thinking. However it goes, man. This is a rare topic. I'm fixing to bring on my boy Lamont Sauls, aka Cali Bear himself, and we're gonna discuss, our the little topic about dads being dads nowadays. It's kind of different from when we grew up. We have a different lifestyle of how everything is presented to on television. It's changed since the '90s, man, and we were coming up. So this is gonna be a very, very helpful topic to some people. Probably be a very delicate topic for some folks, but either way it go, man, we finna work through it. So, it's a very special friend of mine, man. I'm fixing to bring in my boy to the show right now, Lamont, aka Mr. Cali Bear. You know what I'm saying? Pop.
Yeah.
What it do, baby?
Here in the
Yeah,
house,
man. How you doing, man?
man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed.
That's
Man,
good, man.
thank you for having me on the show, man. I appreciate it. I'm excited.
Hey man, I thank you for even being here, man. You know what I mean? So just a little history between us, man. Me and my back in what was it, 2001?
Nah, homie, it go back to like 90, 99, because we was your rally was still at U of A.
Yeah,
We was in those apartments, and you was
yeah,
with your lady. I was married at the time. I had Aaron, and he was only like a year, so he was born in '98, so it was like yeah '99, and you had the pit bulls and stuff, and I was like, oh, you got pit bulls? You was walking your pit. I said he nice, you know what I'm saying? And we just clicked from there because we both from Cali and whatnot, and hey, it was chemistry off top. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. We was in the same spot. I mean, and it went from there, bro. We didn't miss a beat. It was just like, oh, what's up, man? What's up? And from that point on, it was just go action. You know what I'm saying? And we in Tucson, which is like a very, very small little place at the time. So it's been grown a lot than where we was at. You know what I mean? So to this point. But
Yeah,
back in the day, man, it was just like you was in a hidden gym. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I
yeah,
went up there, I was like, oh, this cracking. You need
yeah.
to
Oh man,
touch
hey,
on
hey, what's crazy about that? I used to tell people, I said, "Hey, man, Tucson got it going on. You do not
Yes.
know." Like, we thought it was a little country at the same time because being from California or not, being from San Diego, you from LA, and we were like, they're not ready for us,
Nah,
and we had the energy for the streets at the time, so.
right. They were so not ready for us. I was going under an alias name back then. I
Right,
had 2 different identities.
for sure.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's crazy.
what's so crazy though? What's so crazy about our chemistry? Because we both end up moving to Dallas, right?
That was wild.
It was like, Mom, I'm in Dallas now. Because I got to Dallas in like 2000, 2001. Because remember, I was working for the Department of Corrections.
Mhm.
And he was like, man, I'm out here too. I was like, what? Oh,
It's on.
it's home. Once again, it's home.
Once again, so I met you, you was on 619, homie, 619. We in
619.
Tucson, then we ended up, Dallas, Texas. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And it
yeah,
was crazy there too, I ain't gonna lie to you.
right. That's
Yeah,
when I
man, so
had the 6'4" Impala. I still got the 6'4".
yeah,
Uh,
that's what you known for, homie. My whole
yeah,
family know, "Lamont with the 6'5". Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You had the big
all
body.
original. Yeah, man. We used to roll.
Oh man, man, and hey, back then parking lot pimping was like the event.
I was
You
Mando. Bro, that was something You preach parking lot pimping
Oh man.
hard, homie. You used to push that hard. Hey, well, all else fails, we can go
Hey,
parking lot pimping.
parking lot pimp. I was broke then, so I was able to kick it. Give me a little six pack and a little pint.
You ready to go?
Hey, it's on and popping.
Well, man, a lot has changed. Like you said, Aaron was little then.
Yeah,
Shoot, I think I only had my son then. He
yeah.
was probably 5 at the time,
Hmm.
and now here we are, man, with
Yeah.
daughters.
Daughters.
So in this day and age, what it looks like being a dad to our daughter these days with the social media now was in effect. We was back there and we had the Nokia cell phones on, the little brick phones. I think we was just coming off pagers. It wasn't no chirps.
Right.
It was a different time then, man. Now we here in this day and age where they didn't even cruise on the radio then. Now they have naked on videos.
Yeah.
Everything you see is thong, da dong, thong, thong. Now the thong song was out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's out there. You know what I'm saying?
It's out there, and um, like you said, having boys first, and even with that, you had to navigate, and it's not as bad as it now. You know what? Aaron's 26, and we wanted to make sure that they was tough dudes. You know,
Yeah.
um, and some of the dudes nowadays, they kind of soft boys, whatnot.
A little
Uh,
different.
yeah, a little different, and even with that, I remember when my oldest one, who'll be 16 this summer, I was like, babe, you don't want a dude that's carrying a purse like you know? And she was like, Dad, it's okay. But
Hey, it's crazy.
information put out there so much through the cartoons, through, like you say, social media. We can't monitor everything they look. You could put a block on this, a time zone on that. Uh, because they got, I think my daughter got her cell phone. She was
Oh,
9 years
yeah.
old.
It's different. Because back in the day, in the 2000, to get a phone plan, you was only getting 300 minutes. No free nights and weekends. I think cricket was out. We was just now getting on cricket, and they was like, cricket was like, yeah, you can call after 7. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And you can get unlimited minutes. But you're saying now cell phone at 9. My
right,
daughter got a cell phone probably a little bit earlier than that. It wasn't a phone that worked, but it was something that she can connect. It didn't have minutes.
right.
She can place phone calls, but she can get on the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So now we're in the age of cell phones. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's within itself is crazy, man, because we had to pay for that back in the day. Like, man, that was a necessity, but it was kind of hard to get. That's when they was doing real background checks. Remember that?
Hey, for real. And here, how about this? Being that we gave them a phone and they could get on Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
Low key, we use it as a babysitter. So it's kind of our fault too that they like, what is, uh, oh, and stuck. And we're like, oh, they stuck. So let me go ahead and prepare the chicken or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
We didn't have eyes on them at all times because they on their phone or the tablet stuck.
And
So
I
it's
used to put AP, my nephew, Ray, man. Only thing we had to do is put the Barney tape in the VCS, VCH, or VCR tape.
right.
30 minutes. I knew I had him locked in for 30 minutes before he started yelling, Uncle Nut,
Yeah.
uh, change the tape. You know what I mean? Like, okay, boom, you go rewind it or switch them out. Had the rewinder. You remember the old school rewinder?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rewind that for 30 minutes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then play it in there. So now we got, like you said, a phone is a babysitter,
Right.
basically. It's
And like you
occupying time.
back in like you said, the VCRs was a beautiful thing. Who was that little purple dude? I love you, you love me. Barney. Who the
Yeah.
fuck is Barney? Hey, put Barney in. I was good. Aaron was stuck off of Barney. Like, cool, that's
Yes.
Spider-Man,
Yes.
to go.
As
Yeah,
soon as the tank go off, you knew like, "Damn, I got to go rewind it in a couple of minutes."
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
No.
It was crazy. Now we live in an age, man. I'm at the shop. Some of the kids, I promise you. I haven't spoken to some of these kids in probably 4 or 5 years. They come in there like this the whole time.
Wow.
Why they get one? Why they in a chair? They like this the whole time. If that
Oh.
battery die, they do this. And everybody, I'm in a room full of people. Like, is that crazy, bro?
Yeah. Wake up call. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, it is.
And now you have everything that's accessible on it at somebody's hand. So now we got to be careful. The internet wasn't even fucking like that then.
Oh no, no, no,
Oh,
no.
nigga. Internet wasn't cracking like that.
No, not at all. Like streaming anything was uh it was hard to come by, and even for the music, I we went
Oh,
from
Napster.
yeah, okay.
Oh,
I remember you'd be like, hey man, I had this motherfucker downloading all night, but I got the new so and so, and we be
right.
like
Yeah,
hey, 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 you because you had the computer also. Hey man, hey, make me a copy. He's like,
yeah,
bet that.
you had to go burn it, and that took about what 2 hours or something
Yeah,
back in.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
man, it was crazy.
now it's just it's not even that. I mean, the progression of the internet, handheld devices is beyond me, and it's a little scary at the same time. Where we going?
Yeah, it
But
is.
there's just I think we're a little more because the age we are. We're a little more alert and cautious of saying, oh man, this we see what directions this is going. This I don't like
It
it,
is all right.
but there's nothing we can do about it. But our kids, my daughter, for example, hey babe, I'm about to get off work. Uh, you want something? Oh no, Dad, mom gave me the credit card to DoorDash.
Oh yeah. Imagine that. Somebody other than Pizza Hut finna bring you the food and you order it from anywhere you want? That's
Huh?
crazy.
DoorDash, and all the kids is about that life, DoorDashing. You know,
Yeah, they don't even understand the expense of
Mhm.
ordering this food, bro, and what they tapping on. You paying for that 1 meal, you paying for 2 meals, I think, right?
Pretty much. That surcharge is not nice for the
Yeah,
delivery.
I've never used it, ever.
I used it one time. I was like, never again.
Look look at
I get in the car, pew, come back.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
me tell you why I don't use it. I got some homeboys that be door dashing and Uber Eatings. And homie, the
Uh,
story they tell me about the food,
oh,
I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Nah.
disrespect.
You sitting out there for 4 hours and you get hungry, you like, man, what's in this bag?
Ah,
Nah, I'm cool, homie. I done
ah,
had some homeboys like, man, that food was smelling good. I just took it on home and say I didn't even
ah.
get it. Like, yeah, crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. That's disrespectful for real, for real.
Super. So to fast forward now, man, you know, with children, especially our young girls, like you said, we knew back then what we were into and what we were exposed to. Now, fast forwarding to us being our age now, you know what I'm saying, as adults, you kind of know like the things to look out for. You know what I mean? You knew how slick we were or how much game, what they say back in the day, game we had when we were young. It was a different age. Now, I don't think that the young men are missing a beat, but the young ladies aren't understanding what kind of dangers lie out there.
Right, right.
What do you think about that?
Well, it's once again, it's everything is through inbox. I jumped in the inbox, and so they could FaceTime. All devices, platforms have a FaceTime feature that you can use. Okay,
Mhm.
and if everybody has an iPhone, then you're just kind of FaceTiming each other. So when they do get one on one, now that's a new scenario, right?
Mhm.
Uh, so you got people who was able to reach your kids from Dallas, from New York, because all they gotta do is jump in the inbox, and you get the wrong kind, a predator. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm in was good. I thought you was gonna meet me here, and that's that's hard to protect our daughters from that because we don't always know who's in the inbox. And I maybe there is some stuff I might have to look up and see how I can monitor that every time somebody check into their phone. It might be a feature like that, but
It's some apps around here, but you gotta really like investigate those apps.
yeah, like we have the 360 app on our daughters,
That's what it
so
was. Yeah.
I love that, and the fact that matter of fact, she takes her permit at the end of the month, right? In August, she be turning 16 and ready to roll, you know, and that honestly that scares me, like that.
Heck yeah.
that really has me at a different level.
My daughter, the one she graduated and got a car, homie, and I was so scared, homie. It became to a point to where her mother would say, "Well, I'm scared for her to hit the highway," and I'm like, "Me too." Now she lived way out of Forney, Texas, right? I'm way over here in McKinney. I would still go as an adult, knowing that she had the car, homie, go meet her down the street to where she was at, just to prevent her from getting down the dang freeway, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, dang, what would happen if she's on her way to meet me and something happened to her? You know what I'm saying? So now I'm driving 95% of the way to go meet her at her location. She driving like right out the little neighborhood just to go to the local Chili's so I can meet her right there. But I'm driving an hour to go meet her.
yeah,
I was scared, man.
yeah. It's a good
Yeah.
scare, but I understand you were scared. Yeah.
Now, like you said, with the access to the cell phones and FaceTime,
Mm.
I couldn't even imagine having that when I was young.
Yeah. Ooh,
I couldn't
family,
imagine that, bro.
family.
I know what I did with a pager.
I'll be no good. I'd be, oh my goodness. I'd be a hot mess.
Yeah,
Hot mess.
bro.
Yeah, hot mess.
Yeah. So I don't, I looked it up before we had this conversation after we had the initial say, let's go ahead and just run this episode.
Yeah,
I tried to go on YouTube and just see what other videos out there, and it was only shorts, YouTube shorts. There wasn't no videos of dads actually having these uncomfortable conversations about the progressions of your daughter, how to, what I mean, what to expect, how to kind of tame the situation, man. Because look at the examples that's out there. No matter what you and I say, or we try to convey to them to be a certain way without exposing our history and saying what we used to do back in the day. Look at the images that's on TV. The imagery on TV is crazy, man.
it's,
It's wild.
it is crazy. And my wife and I, we go back and forth on it, and we're in the church. Our daughter's on step team, part of youth. We got a role in the youth department. Um, but that doesn't stop her. Am I pretty enough? And you see the girls on YouTube, wearing nothing, and my daughters take after their mom. They already nice and curvy, and my daughter as a freshman, she was playing varsity. I mean, not varsity, but she was playing volleyball last year,
Mhm.
and the shorts they wear is disrespectful to me. Like I don't approve. Like they should be 7-inch seams. Uh, that you don't have to have them tight to jump high.
Look
you
at the basketball players back in the day.
know what I'm
Put them
saying?
things down, man.
You don't have to have them tight to dig. Like you just let's have them respectable.
Yeah.
And some of them shorts that these girls are wearing, cheeks out in high school. Um, And even in the stands, all the dads felt the same way. The moms were like, "Well, it's gonna be okay." Nah, nah, nah. They shouldn't look like this. And my daughter go to a Catholic school at that.
Wow.
They allowing that. I was like, what's really going on? You know,
So do you get the call of being an overprotective dad?
I I get called the ops.
What? The op-
Dad, you're the ops.
oh, homie, that's wow.
I was like, I'm the
Op me up because I'm crazy, man. I want to tell you about my daughters, man. You get called the ops, man. Like, so how do you handle that, man? Like,
I'm gonna be me, and I say I keep it raw and real with my daughter. Um, I told her, I said, hey, you're a 3.4.0 student. You're beautiful, but you don't have to show your assets off right now. You don't understand your own emotions, and the young man don't understand his emotions. Only thing he see is fleshly product in front of them that they want to experience and say they had that opportunity, you know. And that's how dudes think. You grown men, even to this day, I still think that way. I got a wife, and I'd be looking at she's like, yeah, she's smashable. Oh no, I wouldn't touch that.
mm,
That's just the makeup of men.
yeah,
And, and so the conversation I want to have with her is like, when your mind is right and you put on that little outfit showing your curves, showing your cleavage, whatever it may be, I want your mind to be knowing what you're going to type of attention you're going to get, because it's not going to be necessarily positive, you know.
that part.
And the one thing P I try to do is love on her, so she don't say I don't get that love from my dad.
Mm,
And I had to learn to navigate that also. I had to figure out when she wanted to be touchy feely, because just to hug her on GP, that ain't her thing. But she like to, hey dad, and when she's doing that, that means she wants to be touchy feely. So then I'll hold her hand, and then
mm,
she gets early with me. So with the boys, I didn't have to do that really, And talking to Aaron, he's like, yeah, dad, you told me you love me, you hug me, and sock me in my chest.
yeah, there's a whole lot of soccer going back in the day. I'm a bomb on my side.
Right,
I said, hit him in the chest. He get it.
right.
Yeah, so it's a whole different way, man, and it's like you saying, you looked at as the ops. We looked at as trying to protect them because we know what they can be exposed to. Like you said, the clothing and the apparel can bring unwanted attention, and once that line has been crossed, you the first person they coming to get.
Yeah,
You the first person they want to come say, I'm going to tell dad. Now you got to come to the defense of what you already knew possibly could happen.
right, right. Yeah.
So how do dads deal with that? Because I'm pretty sure that you and I aren't the only people going through this right now.
So remember Ruben, my cousin Ruben, right?
Yeah.
So I would call him because he's already been through it. And I think um, to have a conversation with somebody who's had those experiences and say, hey, your daughter is different from mine, but don't do an overkill on this. You know, uh,
Mhm.
for example, lashes are a big thing right now, right?
Yeah.
And
Who you telling?
right, and so when we were in high school and junior high, they didn't have lashes. They had eyeliner, and that's about it. Or the little.
Yeah.
So my wife is a lash artist, and I was like, well, why has my daughter got to be sporting lashes right now? She's 13 years old. That's not necessary. And so it was a progression to I guess soften me up. And after my wife says, "Hey, our daughter has a a her lashes grow inward," okay, so it causes her irritation. And she said, with the lashes, putting the lashes on, it'll lift them. I was like, that's some slick ass shit.
Hey, when it's like the little Chinese dude on the
I was like, okay. And this is not my like expertise, so I had to bow down
follow
gratefully.
suit. Yeah.
So
They were like Denzel Washington. Okay, all
uh,
right, okay.
okay, this is what we doing. Okay, so then I was like, okay, let's put some barriers. Let's get, you can wear your lashes on special events. You don't need to wear them every day.
Mhm.
Dog, I got played because she wear them every day now. You know,
Every day is a special event.
every day, every day. That
Now,
went.
is she wearing the fans, the big ones, or is she
No,
wearing
well, her mom's not
those
gonna let her
loose?
do that. You know,
Okay.
because she is a lash artist, so she ain't gonna have her having caterpillars on her eyes and whatnot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So even with the makeup, the lip gloss and all that. So peep game. She's a cheerleader, and I knew she cheered when she was 8, 9 years old.
Mhm.
So, but remember, we got the 12. When she turns 12, we got the baby sister, 4 years of difference. So she watching like,
She watching the formula, the format.
oh,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, she can and I can't? Okay. Yeah.
okay, right. And so that's why, like me and my wife, we got to go back and forth on, okay, what's the barriers that we're gonna, what is the standard we're setting, because little one is watching, and guess what, like I said, she's turning 12. She wearing lip gloss already.
And just the clear stuff?
Yes, no, they oh no, that is kind of her natural color.
Ah, now they
Ah,
they running it again, huh?
family. So you got moms, then the older sister, and then babies. Well, they're okay. So those are, as a dad, do you put, and I went to Ruben. I was like, Ruben, man, you kind of went through this, man. He said, "Mom, that ain't a real fight. Don't lose your mind on it." Because what had happened by her senior year in high school, she will stop wearing makeup.
How? How does that work?
Well, because now it's a chore. So at first it was like,
Exciting
yes,
versus like, ooh,
right,
got you.
yeah. So now it will become special occasions. She's gonna put the full face on, and she's pretty. Like, I'm like, well, you don't even need to do that. You know what I mean? Like, we could talk about chicks wearing makeup, and then you see them the next day, you be like, nigga, who are you? You know, like, what happened to
Yeah.
a
You
fine
ain't
little
brought
tender I was hanging out with?
where your representative at? Who the other one at?
That part.
Yeah. So what do you think
Salesman.
of the dad, man? You
Yeah,
know, the gray area of them claiming to have a boyfriend or wanting to have a male friend. I say, my teenager got to be wait. I would preferably prefer her, excuse me, till we 19. I know that ain't gonna happen.
yeah.
But 18 makes you, I guess, older or old enough. What's the gray area? What's the age that it should be like, let me help this out by, not making it to where when she get out, she's like, oh, it's cracking. Let me talk to him and him and him and him and him. Like, what's a good age?
That's tough. You know, you could allow. 16, 17 to go to public places together. But no, I don't like that. To me, you got a boyfriend when you get out of high school, but that ain't realistic. Or you can
Yeah.
have your boyfriend at school, and then when you leave school, you're no longer kicking it, and you just FaceTime them. You know,
Hey, so you like saying it's like work release. Release relationship. Like, as soon as that pill ring is over with.
I roll up, get your last little hug, homie, because
And that's it.
you're here for the next 24 hours. I guess I'm the ops.
Yeah, you turned into the ops, man. Hey, it's great. Like I
Yeah.
said, I know how I was at a teenager.
Uh huh. Oh,
Yeah, I'd had no brakes, no lube, no oil, nothing to stop the car from rolling down the hill at 100 miles an hour
right.
when I seen the female. So now I'm looking at my daughters like, I know it can happen. I know the sneaky dude. I know that it can be all bad real fast. You know what I'm saying? And you're
Mm.
looking at teenage pregnancy. You're looking at having it, you know what I mean, having to take care of that type of situation, being at risk. You're looking at all the women that are on TV exposing themselves, and your daughter's looking like, well, they can do it. Or they looking at us like, well, for someone that sure didn't want to have me dressing like that, you sure is tuned to this video. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, why as a black community, why isn't it why aren't the women being more role models?
That's a great question. And then you could also say, why are we not keeping them accountable? Also, as men and as young men, saying, like I did tell my boys this: don't date the chick who all her pictures is just like she's trying to model clothes. You know, she's not pictures with her family and sisters and this and that and that. She's looking for attention, and it's just not yours. So, as men, we got to keep them accountable, and it really do come down to also the women being real, not necessarily role models, but pulling them to the side and saying, "Hey, you're gonna have your day." My whole thing, and I guess going back to the boyfriend thing, I need to know you understand your own emotions. You're in tune, because how many people, even as grown people, you come across people who are not emotionally mature.
True, true.
They can't express what they're feeling, how they're feeling, and why they're feeling that way. So let's understand that first. Um, and we are a part of the society that everybody says my opinion matters and you should hear it, and that's that. Where we didn't
So
have
go ahead, go ahead.
we didn't have that back in the days. We didn't have, like, we felt a certain way. Okay, that's how we felt. But now with the internet, I'm gonna find this person in Iowa, this person in North Dakota, this person in Florida feel the same way, and now we're a community. And so they could push that agenda, propaganda, whatever how you want to say it. But um, that's one of the big things we got to deal with also.
Because it's a very predatory type thing, man. Because there are guys that are getting on this game called Roblox,
Oh,
and they're interfering with the young boys now. So it's like it's crossing over to pedophiles chasing the young boys in the video game. So imagine your daughter that has access to a phone or have access to, like you said, an inbox and things like that. It's scary and it's a lot more dangerous, man. And we got a lot more stuff that's geared to our community because we set a lot of the trends. So a
yeah,
lot of the stuff starts here first. You know what I
yes,
mean? And it's crazy that it's hard to combat it because, like you said, we in a society of like, oh, let's let it happen almost, basically. We didn't have that. Everything was more censored back then. So right now it's kind of like, let them be free. But
yeah.
we don't know the outcome or the devastating effects it's gonna have in the long run.
right. And you say Roblox, and so the 11-year-old just turned 12. That's her thing, Roblox. She be like, hey, Daddy, what can I earn to get some extra cash for robots? Can I get a robot card? Can I get a $20 one? What can I do to get that? Because I believe in you got to earn stuff. I'm not just gonna always just give it to you, right? And turns out, little dude from the church in her inbox talking about now. Mom's she go through hers and check everything, and she was like, yeah, this one dude said he like her. I was like, oh man, damn.
And this is through the Roblox app
Yeah,
or
man.
game?
Yeah. Little young dude at the church. Why on Valentine's Day, Sunday, what'd he do? He had a little basket for her.
Oh, so he plotting. Man, it's just crazy.
Crazy.
So not
So
only did you had to check the phone, you got to check the video games.
I checked video games. Because the chat be cracking. Chat be cracking.
Now, see, that's new to me. I didn't even know that. First of all, I didn't even know little girls played Roblox. You know what I mean? And I didn't even know that they had inbox. I thought that once the game is, it was over. I didn't. Why you need an inbox on the video game?
Yeah, no. The chats be cracking, and Zaya's a gamer, so she's part of the gamer community. She likes anime. She likes Tyler the Creator. That's one of her favorite artists. So she's a little different, but there's a lot of young black kids who's into the Roblox, who's into anime. So now I got to learn a whole new genre for real, just to be in tune, so I continue to be the ops.
Yeah, so you can continue to be the opposite. That's
I'm a,
crazy.
hey, that's my role. Okay, I'm
You
here to
say,
baby.
I gotta stay. When we was growing up, it was just Crips and Bloods. Now we gotta be the ops
Yeah,
as the bad man. That is scary, homie.
yeah.
Very scary. So right now you were saying that we need to hold the young ladies accountable. Like what stage can you take to even hold them accountable? You can't boycott their music because you
No,
don't know streaming ain't the same no more. We're not burning CDs. Like, what message needs to be conveyed for this to happen? Does it start within the female community? Do we have to wait for these young artists to start having children of their own and seeing the effects of what's going on? Or did we start some of the stuff when we were coming up and it's just now bleeding and spilling over? Because we had tip drill videos and stuff like that that came out later on, but a video vixen is different than what's going on today.
no. The video vixen is the IG model, quote unquote IG model. Um, so the duck lips, I was like always was hating on. I said, "Hey, you don't gotta take your pictures like that. You got full lips already.
Already. Yeah.
God bless you. That you don't gotta do that. You
It's
know,
not for you. Okay.
it's not. Um, but I guess what I'm also learning, as a dad, is having patience, but still chicken hawking. Like I'm on top of it. You know, um, because we learn to think fast. We think to think forward. I'm already thinking about what needs to happen next month. I
Mhm.
already, I already have a forecast for this next week that's coming up, things that's going to happen where they're more day to day.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to teach my girls is like, hey, by you getting your clothes out tonight, you're forecasting for tomorrow. Now you might wake up and not like that. That's okay. You might, I want to wear pink, whatever the case may be. But you somewhat forecasted how you want to get down the next day, the night before. You know, um, that's another thing of setting small goals. You know, but as far as the, it, for example, the clothing, when we went on a cruise and she was ready to wear her two-piece for the first time. Little young dude was like, "Hey, do you got your own room?" My daughter was like, "Oh, what? My own room? Why would I have my own room?" "Oh, so we can hang out in there." And she was like, "Oh, no." You know, same dude eventually was a little 13-year-old, you know?
Mhm.
And so that was her first example of recognizing wearing less gives you the wrong attention. And we talked about it, and she's like, "Nah, I kind of understand what you're saying about the clothes I wear,
Attracts a certain attention.
certain type of attention, you know, because you're gonna have it. Like I said, my wife's curvy in all the right places is a beautiful thing, and she was blessed with the same scenario. Zaya's gonna be tall, like with the same scenario, and I guess that's the hardest part as a dad because we know how I was, how you were, um, and we just want to make sure that at the end of the day, I want you to know your emotions, understand the decision you make um, might get the wrong attention, and you might be with the wrong creep, the wrong immature guy, you know, who don't mind me not might not have mom at the house to love on him, you know.
Mhm.
He gonna take it out on the other girl because she ain't messing with him, and that's the part that we can't save them from, without a doubt, you know.
And that's the hard part to swallow, man, because you don't want them to be exposed to something. You know, one day that they do have to grow up, bro.
Yeah,
And it's scary because you want to be the protector at all costs. You know what I'm saying? And say, okay, I don't want this. I don't need to happen to my daughter, but nobody's daughter. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
We recently had in Arlington um, a young girl. I think she was like 13 years old. She came up missing, and it looks like she was coming from a single parent home. It was like the mother was, you know what I mean, a little bit older. There was no dad. They put a little thing together saying she's missing, have you seen her and all that. And every time I posted the picture instantly because I don't know if my post could have saved this little girl or got her found quicker. But
Right.
as I'm looking at that photo, I'm thinking like, dang, what if it was my daughter? You know what I mean? And anybody just hit a share button just to get her back home. And
Yeah.
it bothered me for like 2 or 3 days, bro. I still don't know if she's been found or what. And I said that to say this: some parents are not existing in the same dwelling as like you. You know what I mean? They don't have two parents in the same household. So, but two, like in my situation, I have to co-parent with another person. And it's
Yeah.
kind of hard because, she might be seeing something different than what I'm seeing. And then the distance in between the household, you know what I mean? It can be very, very different. Do you have any advice that, possibly, could help in a situation like that for somebody who's listening?
It really will come back to the two parents learning how to communicate themselves and saying, "Hey, what is the greater good?" And can we have a standard of what we both agree on? You know, because Dara's dad, he lives in Atlanta, and I keep him in the loop. "Hey, man, this is what's going on. How you feel about this?" Just to make sure everybody is on the same length. And at the end of the day, it's trying to communicate. So because we are at the end of the day, we're trying to protect them. We didn't see everything we were supposed to see. Um, but at the end of the day, I think you should just be able to try to communicate. And if everybody has different opinions, only thing we can do is respect that other person's opinion and have real conversations with the other child or with that child and say, "Hey, with me, this is what I expect from you, and this is why." It might not connect right now. Might not connect until you're 18, and then you're gonna go, "Ah, I love my dad that much more because he was already
Try.
foundation. He was planting the seeds. So when I do get to a point where I'm gonna start to understand it, the growth is gonna be something lovely, you know. Um, so it comes to myself. I had no problem asking for help, and sometimes dads, I know everything. No, I don't know everything, man. This bothers me. You got any words? You help me come off the cliff real quick because I'm ready to set trip. And
It's
set
a
trip
set trip.
still have them run away. You know,
Yeah,
you know. Then the ops is a different type of ops. It's like I don't like that dude right now, and I'm
yeah,
okay for the right reasons. For the right reasons.
yeah. I sit down. I try to sit down one time with a little fella. Uh, he was just now dating my daughter's mom,
Mm.
and I'm trying to tell a young man like, look, me and her and I haven't been together for a long time, bro. But we still, even though we're not together, we still have years until she's 18 to put into this. You know what I mean? So I can understand you're gonna be around my daughter. Cool. Well, what we can do is, as men, let's sit down and chop it up. That way, she can see two black men getting along outside whatever the relationships with there was with their mom, and
Yep.
then we can be on the same page going forward. So I can commend you even having a relationship with
Hmm.
her dad living out in Atlanta and
Yeah.
even having that conversation with him because this dude got on the phone. He like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. As soon as he got off the phone, he was a different dude. To
Yeah.
this day, I don't respect him as a man.
Yeah.
Did he? Is he still around? Yeah, he's still around, and they had a relationship. I
Yeah.
personally don't respect him because you couldn't have a sit down. Like my daughter could have been well off. She could have had, and the things didn't turn out the way they should.
Yeah.
But we could have had a better. We could have. She could have had double the help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More higher success rate. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I really commend you on doing that, bro, because it takes a lot. You know what I mean? To even just be in another situation to help someone out like that and knowing that you could be looked at different. The child can be, she has to put you in a position to say what you are going to be to her. You know what I mean? So kudos to you, man. Hats off. Much respect for that one, man. If you
Well,
be able to sit down
well
and
as you say that, P, because the minute old boy don't step up to the game and protect your daughter and her mother, you're really gonna look at him different. You know what I mean?
hmm
Her dad don't have to worry about me not not being there. And we, by us being present, as a man being present in the kid's life or just in public, makes a lot of people pause before they do a lot of crazy stuff. There's another that's a man right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's find another victim. Oh, they go single mom with the kids. This is gonna be easy work. But when
Easy
you're
work. Yeah.
when you're present, that's different because I mean, uh, not to say I had no problem chunking them, but at the same time, I want to say 60% of the time I'm strapped. So, not to say getting caught slipping, I'm just prepared.
Yeah. Yeah.
and and I'm gonna not only protect mine, but those around me. If because there's a lot of goofy stuff happening around here. There's a lot of cowardly shootings that go on in grocery stores, the church, concerts, bowling alleys. It's a lot of cowardly people doing stuff like that. So I believe in the right to carrying a weapon the right way, the proper way, and understand now how to use your weapon.
Mhm.
But with that being said, does that dude have kids?
Yeah, he has, yeah, he got some kids. A lot of them. Uh, a lot of them. But the thing about it is that he was able to be around my daughter, but he didn't want me around my daughter and his girl at the same time for some other reasons. she did something that broke his trust. That
Yeah.
didn't have anything with me having a relationship with my daughter and me and him and
Yeah.
I, you know what I mean? So yeah, he has other kids and stuff like that, which was crazy because I was gonna think that if you have other kids and you're married to her, why is it that you feel in a certain way when you know your kids are in a different location and they might be going through the same thing? You see what I'm saying? That's why I had a problem with it because I thought he would have seen the vision. Like, okay, you're in Texas. You have different children in Arkansas. You have them in Fort Worth. You have them in different locations. So you should be understanding, like, on how a dad should feel about seeing his kid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they just see that way. And like you said, man, with all the like when we grew up, you have all these shootings and stuff that's going on right now. w- we didn't go spending the night at different locations or going different places. It was a little different. It wasn't mass shootings and stuff like that. So I'm still at odds with certain situations and let my daughter go out. I just don't feel comfortable. I'm a firearm instructor, trainer, so range officer and all that. So level 4 protection officer. And knowing that my daughter is going out here and I can't be around her, knowing what's going on, that's a scary thing too, man. It's not like we was back in the arcades and could stay at the arcade for 4 or 5 hours out the day at the mall and go around the mall. It was a safe place.
It
Now it
was.
ain't that safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 And my brother told me something. He said, Lamont, just continue to be a presence and be and always remind them that I'm there for them. Um, and when I explain something, he said, you don't always got to get so deep. Just keep it at their level. And that's what I'm learning because when you have your older kids, that's where you at. And then I'm in my 50s, so the experience that I have, it runs deep versus saying, oh, she's at 13, she's at 14, she's at 15, and I'm already fast forwarding. So and it takes my wife to slow me down on some things, and that's the other part. It's the communication between the two parents. In my case, is we're under the same roof, and I have to fall back and understand her perspective of like, well, this is how I'm letting her grow up, and you trying to keep her a baby, and I'm like, you're right.
Where is that gray area? Like you said,
Yeah,
they're not able to handle their emotions and actions and stuff like that. You might see it a little bit different than mom. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So where is the gray area of? Because to me, uh, they my babies. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? At 11 and 12, you're still the baby. You know what I mean? I still see you stumbling over and trying to crawl up my arm when you was as a 2-year-old. And
yeah.
I know that you're getting older. I don't see that you can hold your own. Like, yeah, you're maturing at a certain level, but where is that area where us as dads have to release that? Okay, she's not a baby no more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, how do you configure it?
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm learning week by week. Um, it's keeping me young, though. I'll tell you that much.
You hear your toes up. You, you're you're real hoppy on your toes. That's what they say.
I'm still bouncing. I'm still bouncing, homie. Uh, hey, I'm still working out. I want to be a presence when these dudes walk in. They're like, hey, you tell me your dad was that big. What's going on? Hey, the little dude say, hey, man, I want to work out with your dad. Yeah, bring little dude up in here.
Great little dude, huh? Let me see what he got. You gonna throw 250 on there on first rep. Here, take this.
Right. Like,
You're in the spot in the bar with one finger like this. You got this? You
you
ain't got
start
that?
that just let you know you ain't ready for the real responsibilities, my guy. So stay in your lane. But I think that's the other thing, man. I do have a good relationship with my daughter where that we talk, right? And I kind of ask her at times, hey, what you guys talking about? And I did say this to her. I said, hey, I don't want you to have sex. Nowhere, no time soon. But if you get to kissing somebody, that's the gateway. That's your unlocking a door to the next level.
Next level, man.
And the next level is he's gonna, and I told her this, I said he's gonna kiss you here, now he's gonna kiss you on your neck. And now if he's an experienced dude already, even though you guys are around the same age, we don't you wouldn't know. And how do you know if he's telling you the truth? He's never been with anybody or not. But you kiss, and now he's grabbing your butt. Now he's trying to fondle your breast. Guess what? He's gonna hit a nerve that your body's gonna be like, "Oh shit, what is this?" And
Uh,
now you stuck.
yeah,
Now you fighting flesh. Now you fighting that feeling. And so I just told her, I said, "Hey, holler at your dad if you get to kissing on dude, or talk to your mom, because we're gonna have to have a more in depth conversation about sex." And I really believe that us parents should teach our kids, or have a more of an open door policy,
policy.
talking about sex, talking about boundaries, talking about not putting yourself in certain situations. Because, like you said, your older daughter driving, she get in the car and say, "We're going here. I'm gonna go pick up my guy." And you're like, "Man, pick up that guy." But you and I both had sex in the car.
Man, yeah. She told me, and we went out for my other daughter, my youngest daughter's birthday, and she accidentally told me like, "Yeah, my boyfriend so and so," and I promise you, bro, on accident. I said, "I'll break his legs," and I was like, "Wait," and she was like, "Dad," I'm like, "My bad, I just break one of them." It was, but bro, it was my first time hearing her talk about a dude. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And then a boyfriend at that. Man, my mind went from 0 to 100 real quick. I'm talking about to where she was just like, okay, don't talk about this one." You know what I mean?
yeah,
I didn't know how to take it, bro. It was my first time. My
yeah,
oldest daughter. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
crazy.
Crazy. It is crazy.
Oh, no. It's
I
scary, man.
I just say that, um, for men that have daughters, have a conversation with another mature man who's already been down that road. You know, um, and because they'll give you different angles, how to present certain things without coming off as an op.
Mm,
you know, or coming off too strong or too aggressive. And that's the other thing I'm learning. My dude is, you can't talk to them like you talk to the boys. I get mad and I be, "Hey, blood, you got me fucked up." You know, now I'm mad. That they know I'm mad when I blood them. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
"Hey,
heard-
sorry, baby," and I go back to him and say, "Hey, look, you caught me off guard. I wasn't pleased with that. This is why." And I have no problem explaining my feelings so they know, "Hey, this was I want to give you the cheat code. So to
yeah.
be good with me, let's keep it a buck." Take for example, how did you deal with last minute? "Dad, can I go here?"
I ain't got there yet. You talking about with my oldest?
Yeah,
She was more with her mother, so I couldn't explain, how that went over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I got less and less, but my other two that was here,
yeah,
I explained to her like, "Hey, we ain't even having boyfriend talks." I think it was until she went to college, her first year of college, she met a young dude, and I think he was in the military or going supposed to be going to the military out of college. So it made me feel I don't know why it was like a false sense of security that because he was going to the military that he might have been a good guy. But
mhm,
I met him at my daughter's birthday, my youngest daughter's birthday party 2 years ago. I go see the dude. He paid for her meal. They done went out, and I was like, okay, it's my first time. This is kind of weird. But I'm looking at the young man. I'm like, he has his stuff together. He has his car. He's
okay,
paying for her meals. He's upholding the standard that I would want to look for, in a dude, right?
okay, okay,
Why? Just as soon as I felt comfortable around this dude, she done broke up.
Ah,
So I'm like,
uh, yeah,
I
hey,
said, see, I can't get involved.
you got a good one. You got a good one.
Yeah, you done let the dude. I don't know what he did, but they was on the, some of that. You ain't good. No, you ain't good. They on the
Yeah,
phone all the time. They FaceTime the whole time. They everywhere she went, she was like this for months. So one day I was like, hey, she had her phone over to the charger. She over here. Hey, what happened to oh boy? Oh, they broke up. I'm like, dang,
dang,
that didn't last long.
dude. And that's the other. Hey, man. I need to pause. I just got a notification. My battery's dying.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and do this. We
Yeah.
add an hour.
Yep.
Go ahead and sum it up, man.
Okay.
I want to thank you for coming on,
Yeah.
taking your time out, man, explaining this very rare conversation that happened between two men that's still involved in their kid's life, man. And hopefully, maybe we can get on for another topic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have time one time, I'll give you a call and we can line it
Yeah.
up another way. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
it's been a joy, man. It's been a real joy. I like the fact that you're doing it. I'm glad I was able to get on talking about a topic that I'm passionate about for sure. Living through it right now, and hopefully it touches somebody, and people get to have a conversation on how they can might navigate this fatherhood to daughters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. So I thank you, man. Keep on doing what you're doing, bro. I do commend it. You know what I'm saying? Raising the little ones and, stay strong, stay healthy. Health is
yeah,
wealth. As black men, we need it. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I chop it in with you, man. Thanks for
Okay.
showing up, man. Thanks for Cali Bear. We just Cali Bear for the show. Appreciate you showing up, bro.
All right
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
fam.
yeah, yeah. Much love, bro. Yeah, there you have it, man. It's one of those touchy conversations. We actually made it through, got a lot of real understanding. So if you're watching this and you can take something from this, go ahead and apply it. You know what I'm saying? You heard it from two guys that's going through it, so necessarily mean that you're not going through it, or you might have some other things. Go ahead and drop a description in the comments below. Any questions, we will get back to you. If we need to run another episode or have somebody want to be a guest on here, explaining the same topics. We can do that. I mean, this is a platform for it. We have it, and this is what it is. This is what it is, and this is a lifestyle channel. So it's part of life. You know what I'm saying? And things happen. So that was a close friend of mine we had met, and as you can see, man, it's two black men. We still are cool, kicking it today to these days, and we're going through the process of not having children to having children. You know what I mean? And being in that final, what we say, the fourth quarter. So. Um, Go ahead and tap in with us, man. If you watching the channel right now, go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Subscribe to the PM Lifestyle Podcast or the PM Lifestyle on YouTube. Like the channel, follow the channel. All my Instagram stuff right there is below right. You can see it all right there. If you want to follow me, man. So I want to thank y'all for joining in. Staying tuned. So right now it's time to pay the bills and pay the sponsors. Shout out to my boy Sugar Slim. You know what I mean? Instagram, Sugar Slim Beats, aka Mr. Blue Check Slim. You know what I'm saying? He's now gotten his blue check. That means he's doing big business, big work. You know what I'm saying? Holla at my boy, tap in with him, get your beats, your intros, your outros, all the things of that nature, man. And you definitely will love his work. So with that being said, man, remember, like I always say, give love. And don't worry about it coming back, because it will come back and return if you're out solid about what you do. You know what I mean? Stay prayed up. And with that being said, out.